Hello, my name is Dimitar Savo from Startup Masters, and I want to show you a really cool tool that you can use to plan the performance of your advertising campaigns. We use this tool in-house on a daily basis, and it's really useful, and we hope you'll find it useful too. So let's just jump into it and show you how it works. First of all, you have to fill in these fields here on the left. They are what we call the control factors. And so for your campaign, you need to decide, how many people are you trying to reach? So this would be the number of impressions. How many of them do you think will respond to your ad or click to it? And this will be your CTR. How many sales do you want to make, which is your conversions? How much are you prepared to pay on average to get a sale, which is your CPA? And how much is your product cost, or how much is your conversion value? Let's say you're selling shoes and they cost $150, so that would be your conversion value. And your cost of goods sold would be how much does the product itself cost. So in this case, we've put $10 here. Now, you can also add some expenses, like for example, you can add your operating expenses for the entire business, or you can use this to add just the expenses of the marketing team, however you want to call it. Or if you're hiring a marketing agency and you want to calculate, all right, these guys will ask for $4,000. Let's see what performance do we need to get out of them to make our money back. Right, so now by knowing your impressions in CTR, we can easily calculate how many clicks you're going to get. By knowing the conversions and the CPA, we can tell you what budget you need to set aside for this campaign. So if you want to sell 100 shoes and multiply them by $80 worth of CPA, that means that you need to have $8,000 worth of budget. Right, we can also tell you what's going to be the average CPC and CPM with these clicks. And now you know that you have this amount of clicks and this many conversions. So this means that we can calculate your conversion rate. We can also tell you what's your margin, because that's the conversion value minus the cost of goods sold. The gross margin is the percentage of that. So 140 is 93% of your conversion value. And in case, for example, let's say that we are really selling shoes, they won't cost us $10 to make. Let's say they will cost $55. And you can see everything changes, and we already start to lose money. So this means that we are going to have to probably reduce our CPA to something like 50 to still make a profit, right? And now the cost of goods sold is just the sum of the products. You can see we are selling 100 pairs of shoes. Each of them costs $55. So we're going to have $5,500 cost of goods sold. And our total expenses is going to be $9,000. This is the marketing budget plus the operating expenses, $9,000. When we take the sum of the two and take it out of the revenue, which is the price multiplied by the conversions, we are going to get $500 worth of profit, because the sum of these two is 14.5. Now, this means that our profit margin is going to be 3%, which is just to say that the profit is 3% of the revenue, and we need to make 94 sales in this campaign to break even, and we need to hit a return on ad spend of $3. So for each dollar that we put into advertising, we have to get $3 back, right? We are spending $5,000 for our ad campaign, getting back $15,000 in revenue. Right, this is what return on ad spend means. Now, here on the bottom, we have these crazy check ratios that help you understand if you are going too far with some of your calculations. So just to make an example, let's say we are planning a campaign for an online course that we are selling. And we are going to reach 10 million people. Our CTR on Facebook is currently around 0.2, so let's keep it at 0.2. And we want to sell 100 courses this month, right? So our CPA, the CPA that we can actually afford to spend for selling a course is $80, but the cost itself of the course, it costs us only $10 to sell the course. This is basically just the payment processing fee, right? It's around $10, let's say in this example. And so this means that once everything gets calculated, that we're going to get 20,000 clicks, and with a 0.5% conversion rate, we are going to have 100 sales. And if our conversion rate is higher, then we are probably going to have to spend more money, and everything is going to change. So this calculator kind of shows you all the relationships between the ad campaign metrics and shows you what changes when something else changes. Now, these crazy check ratios, though, they kind of show you if you are going too far. Let's say I want to, in this case, my marketing budget is 53% of the revenue. And my CPA, the money that I'm prepared to spend to make a sale, is 53% of the price of the product, which again means like it's kind of sensible. And my marketing budget is 66% of my total expenses. That's fine. And I will get 25% return on investment on that campaign. And this is great. And I will need to hit a 1.88 return on ad spend, which is not too crazy. Right. So now let's see what would happen if we tried to make the same thing, but we are not going to spend $8,000 for the 100 sales, but we want to spend a lot less. Let's say I want to spend $5 for selling a course. This means that my marketing budget will be 3% of the revenue. So this is going too far already. And the price to CPA ratio, I'm paying 3% of the price of the course to sell it. This is again too far. And the marketing budget to the total expenses is only 11%, so that's going kind of low. And I will get 1,900% return on investment. That's basically pretty much insane. And my return on ad spend will be 30. So for every dollar that I put into Facebook, I have to get 30 back. Now that's a performance that you have to be really the freaking god of Facebook advertising to be able to hit these numbers. And this is why these numbers kind of pop up and kind of show you that you're going too far. And if you see, you have to get a click from Facebook for 3 cents, which is pretty much impossible. And you have to get 1,000 impressions for 5 cents, which is again also pretty much impossible. So this means that we're going to have to pay something more. And you can see our budget becomes $500 to make 15,000. Too much. And the profit margin looks very good, but we are not being realistic. So that's why maybe let's say the minimum that we can go for is 45. At 45, things become a little bit more realistic. Can we hit 3.3 return on ad spend? Yes, we actually can. We have campaigns that go up to 10. So let's see what can we do to get it down to 10. So let's see if this is 25. Now at 25, this becomes something that's really cool, but these become unbelievable. So we have to hit these numbers here. So maybe there's something else that's missing. So a realistic low target CPA would be something like 55. And a lot more realistic would be something like 80. So you can use this calculator to calculate the performance that you need to hit. And these things on the left are the things that you pretty much have a lot of control over. And so they will help you see what things do you need to hit, what targets do you need to get to in order for you to achieve what you want, and to see if you are being realistic. So I hope you like the tool, and I really hope that you do share it with your friends so that they can calculate their campaign performance. And if you want to learn more, you can always check our website and see the things that we teach about digital business and marketing on masters-academy.com.